Your biggest problem is how to build trust. You must be shameless in your approach to making money with skills. One of the things I want us to achieve today is I want to get every single question you have, as long as it has something to do with monetizing your skills or making money from your skills, like any single question you have. So if you have questions, do me a favor and drop your questions. My name is Chigozunko. You can call me CN. I'm the founder of Central Hub. First of all, when we are talking about digital skills, what exactly are we talking about? Are we talking about programming? Are we talking about social media? What exactly are we talking about when we are talking about digital skills? This is one of the things we'll look at. And then one of the things we'll also look at is when you're referring to monetizing a digital skill, are you referring to the idea of just making money from a digital skill, or you're referring to the generic idea of making money? Like, for instance, is Forex monetizing a digital skill? Is crypto monetizing a digital skill? Is being a graphic designer or a social media manager monetizing a digital skill? So these are like the different frames of everything that we need to be wholly aware of, and that's what I'm going to be talking to us about today. Okay, so the first thing we are going to look at is the economy of digital skills. This is very important. Some of us basically just think that digital skills is basically about graphics and social media. You need to understand there is a global economy. You're not the only one with a digital skill. Your tutor at Skill to Scale is not the only one with the digital skill. There's an entire global economy when it has to do with digital skills. So this is one of the things we need to understand. And you need to understand that you are playing at a global level. So you that's learning graphics design at Skill to Scale and you that is learning video editing at Skill to Scale, it looks like you're just paying maybe 10,000-15,000 naira, or maybe if you're part of the scholarship 1,500 for that small skill. But every money you make has a global accumulation. So there are billions of dollars made by graphics designers in the entire world. There are billions of dollars made by copywriter in the entire world. There are billions of dollars made by video editors in the entire world. Now, when you look at monetizing your skill, you're looking at how much of the global economy do I need to bring to myself? Of the billions of dollars they spend paying content creators, how much of it do I need to have? Of the billions of dollars they spend paying digital agencies, how much of it do I need to have? So this is where every single one of us, and this is how we need to think about it. One of the mistakes we make as Nigerians is we think locally.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have problems.
You're only seeing all the other graphics designers on your status, and you are thinking it's about WhatsApp status. It's an industry-based thing. There are billions credited to people every day who have digital skills. What you need to be telling yourself is, how do I tap into a global economy where people are making consistent money from? Do you understand? If not, you're going to get short-circuited. For instance, somebody has tried posting on the person's WhatsApp status. Somebody has tried asking people on Facebook for jobs. Somebody has tried maybe freelance work, Upwork, Fiverr, and then you realize that none of that is working. And you're like, I have a skill, but I'm not making money from it. One of the problems you have is you're not looking at a global picture of that one skill you have. So let me give you an assignment, and this is very important. One, if for whatever reason you have a digital skill, you should be able to understand the global relevance of that skill. How globally relevant is that particular digital skill? One of the things you should know. Now, the second thing you should have in mind, besides the global relevance of the skill, is what are the various ways people make money from this skill globally. You need to understand it. And I don't mean you need to go and Google and then stop there. You need to find people in that your industry and realize how much every single one of them are making. Does it make sense? And so one of the things you also need to understand is the people who are paid highest. Where are they? What are they doing? Do you understand? So let me tell you guys a story. Some years ago when I started Central Hub, I think that was 2017. And I started with graphics design. So if your graphics designers, just drop graphics design in the comment section. So I started with graphics design, And because I was very intentional about what I was doing, I started asking myself, wait, oh, all this 5K job and 10K job I was getting, is that my future? So I went to go and study the industry. I realized that the graphic skill is just one piece of the whole thing. They were what they call design agencies. I learned that a company that designed Pepsi's logo, I think it was Pepsi, or yes, it was a beverage company, I can't remember which, they paid $1 billion.
Oh my God! Wow!
$1 billion for a rebrand. $1 billion. And I was like, what? You use that amount of money to change logo. And so I also learned there's a freelancer who charged $1 million. A freelancer, like somebody who do normal designs. He charged $1 million to design a logo. I started asking myself, wait, first of all, I'm in the wrong place. Because I cannot make the kind of money I want to make doing 5K, 10K designs for my family and friends and people that I know. So I decided to start a digital agency because the people who were making the most out of it were agencies. Now, for someone here, I have solved your entire problem when it has to do with monetization. Find out where the money is and position yourself rightly. Some of you have positioned yourself wrongly and you're expecting results. You are wrongly positioned and then you're expecting results. It does not work that way. It does not work that way, okay? So one of the things I had mentioned earlier on is look for a way to position yourself rightly, irrespective of your skill. Learn and understand your industry. Where is the money in your industry, okay? So having said that, let me talk about digital skills. I always say this, the same way we have, let's say, our parents, some of us have parents who did not go to school, and till today, some of them regret it.
I've made a huge mistake.
Some of the parents will say, I wish I went to school and I studied like my mates did, and they regret it per se. That's the same way in the next 10 years, our generation, when we have children, we will regret not having digital skills. I've said it time and time again, the value of the tertiary institution and education to our previous generation is the same value digital skills have to this our generation. To our children, it will be AI skills. Do you understand? But to us, you will be an illiterate if you don't understand social media. You'll be an illiterate if you don't understand content creation. You'll be an illiterate if you don't understand marketing online. That is how it's going to be. Do you understand? So we must understand that digital skills are not just about making money. It's an economy that will revolutionize your life forever. It's the truth. I started with graphics design. Today I run 4 companies. Basically, all of them are into digital stuffs. I've made millions from this thing. Relatively, very humbly, I've made millions from these things. And I'm trying to tell you that it's about thinking globally and it's about being intentional about learning. So, having said that, you must understand that the power of your digital skill doesn't basically have to do with you learning just graphics design or video editing. It has to be you having a skill set, 3, 4, 5 digital skills. I know they didn't tell you this thing when you were probably registering as skill to skill, but let me give you an idea. I told you I've made, let me be very conservative, I've made a minimum of 10 million with digital skills, a minimum, and this is me being very conservative, okay? Now, let me give you an idea of the kind of digital skills I have. So I have web design, I have graphics design, I have copywriting, I have content writing. Of course, I have video editing skills. What am I missing? Facebook and Instagram advertising. Let me just say 6 skills. So for me to be able to generate this amount of value, I literally have been able to build a skill set across various skills. If you stop at your graphics design, at your video editing, at your content writing, you will not be able to maximize monetization, especially for those of you that are beginning. For those of you that are starting up, you need to understand that you cannot maximize monetization with just 2 skills. Now, the reason is because when you're starting up, you're going to experience a lot of lack of clients. You're not going to find a lot of people who are willing to pay for what you're offering. And so you will need to have various things to offer so you can be able to start making a little money over time to when you're able to niche down. Do you understand? So you start by 1 or 2 skills and you grow into 3 or 4 skills. So when you're starting up, every single customer counts. Every single person who meets you for something counts. Do you understand? So the more skills you have, the more advantage you have. Monetization is easier when your skill sets are broader. If you have very narrow skill sets and literally what you're offering to people are just very little things, you will not be able to monetize maximally, okay? So the economic value of skill is in the quantity, not necessarily the qualification. It's not how good you are at something, it's how many things you can do very well. And I'm very sincere with it, but many things you can do very well. Okay, so that being said, some of us had mentioned a bit earlier, how do I become a master at my skill? How am I able to, how can I be a professional of professionals? I want to be an expert. I want to be the first and second and third. If we want to mention the first 5 graphics designers, I want to be one of them. Now, let me give you a hack here. If you want to make money, you shouldn't be thinking about expertise. I'll say it again. If it's money you want to make, and this is the truth, too, I'm just being very sincere with you. You have to choose one as a beginner. You have to choose either you want to be an expert or choose whether you want to make money. You can't choose the both of them at the same time. Do you understand? Because what it costs you to be an expert in a particular skill is a lot of time, is a lot of energy, is a lot of mentorship. Do you understand? It will take you a very long time for you to grow to become an expert. I started designing in 2015, 2016. I came to a point where I was proud of my design, that like when I was relatively not professional, but I could call myself an expert, was 2019. It took 4 years for me to do that. 4 good years. And so becoming from pro to expert is a lot of experience. As of 2019, I had done 1,500 graphics. 1,500 graphics. I had all of them in a folder in one of my laptops. So it takes time. But for you to go from a beginner to making money, all you need to show is what I'm going to show you in the next few minutes in this video. Do you understand? So I want to help your mindset. You cannot necessarily be an expert and be making a lot of money at the same time. Do you understand? For you to make money, you need to have a business mind. To be an expert, you need to have a skill-based mindset, depending on the skill. For a copywriter to be an expert, you need to understand human psychology and sales. That's what it takes for you to be an expert. For a video editor to be an expert, the person needs to understand creativity and manipulation. Do you understand? The person needs to be an expert in creativity. For a graphics designer, the same thing, you have to understand creativity as well. For somebody who is doing social media management, you need to understand algorithms and platforms. So what you need to be an expert differs based on your skill. But what you need to make money with your skill is a business mindset. And that's what I want to teach you today. The business mindset you need to begin to make money with your skill. So that's what I'll primarily be sharing with you. So I've established 2 things. The first thing I've established is the economic value of a skill. I've mentioned very clearly that skills are not cheap. Skills are relatively expensive. And one of the things that makes them cheap is the time in which you're learning them. Do you understand? You are learning them at an earlier stage when there's still a rise of the skill and the digital skill era. That's why it's cheap. Over time, there will be institutes in Nigeria. There will be universities teaching graphic design in Nigeria. And people will be paying your school fees. Those of you who are in year 1, year 2, year 3, people will be paying your school fees to learn graphic design. Because it's the same way it was years ago. It's the same way it was years ago. Do you understand? And so we need to understand that the economy of skills depends on so many things, but it is valuable, it is critical, it is important. Skill is a gold mine. The more of it you have, the more valuable you can be, the more money you can make. The more skill, the more valuable, the more money. That's the first point I've established. The second one I've established is there's a very big line. There's a very big line between being an expert and making a lot of money with your skill. You cannot do the both of them simultaneously and effectively. I know what I'm saying. You cannot. There's a business mindset, you need to make money. There's a skill-based mindset, you need to become an expert in something. So you need to understand when you are pursuing money, you will not be doing very well. How many of us have realized this? Okay, those of us that are experts or pro, or you know one or two skills, how many of us realized it? That as of the time that you were making the most money with your skill, you felt like you were doing poorly in that particular skill. Like as of the very time where you were making money, like you were having a lot of value, especially monetary, it was very, very difficult for you to do creative things, unique things. It was very difficult for you to do that. That is exactly what I'm talking about. There's a mindset you need to make money, and then there is a mindset for you to become an expert in something. So there are two different things. What we are talking about today is how you can actually be able to make money with your skills, okay? So let me start with the first thing, the monetization mindset. So I'm going to share with you 3 monetization mindsets and 3 monetization tactics. And that's why we would end this whole training for today, okay? Now, some of you are asking, what of all those my mentors, all those people on Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, who are making a lot of money and yet their skills are not really like dropping? Those ones are serving premium clients. So what those ones do is they have 1 client per day. 1 client per month rather, and that 1 client is paying them $10,000. That's what they do. So the only way they can sustain their creativity and at the same time they can actually still sustain their expertise is when they charge very few clients. So those of you that want to make a lot of money, know this: you are going to need to sacrifice expertise, and it's okay. Do you understand the point? It's okay, but you must open your mind to it. That's what I did. I will tell you the truth. I'm not the best. Some of you have never seen my design, and I know some of you here design better than me. I did graphics design for 7 years. I'm not very good in it, but I've made more money than some people who are 10 times better than I am. Because what I needed to make money was a business mindset and not necessarily a skill-based mindset, okay? So I said I'm going to share with you 3 mindsets you need to make a lot of money with your digital skills. And I'm going to share with you 3 tactics. So 6 things. So are you ready? Number 1, mindset. And this is a very important mindset, guys. Number 1, mindset. You may not have done it before, but you can do it. You have to have the can-do mindset. The mindset that even if I've not done it before, I will still do it. When I was beginning with graphics design, somebody called me one day and he said, "Chicos, how are you doing?" I say, "I'm fine. What's up now?" He said, "Shall you do designs?" I say, "Yes, I do designs." He said, "I want to do a book design for a book, and the book is supposed to be printed." I had never done a book design in my life. I didn't even know the idea and the intricacies to do a book design. I only was doing flyer designs and logo. That was all I was doing. Flyer designs and logos, that was all I was doing. So I've never done a book design. And so what I decided to do is to insist that in my head, I may not have done this thing before, but I know I can do it. So he said, "Can you do a book design? The woman needs it very urgently." I said, "Yes." Book design? I do book designs. And so I said, "Yes, I do book designs." And I collected the project. That was the first time I was making 10,000 naira doing graphics design. I think it was somewhere in 2018 or 2017 or 2019, one of them. So I understood one thing. I may not have done it before, but I can do it. Do you understand? I may not have done it before, but I can do it. Somebody else will call me and will tell me, we need a roll-up stand. I say, roll-up stand. What is roll-up? Roll-up stand this. Can you design it? I say, of course. Of course. Why can't I design it? I went to Google and Googled roll-up stand, dimension for roll-up stand. I went to my Photoshop then and I started designing the roll-up stand. You must have a can-do mindset. Some of you here are afraid of doing what you have paid to learn. You are afraid of doing, and I'm going to talk to you about something very shortly. You see, this is the problem. The reason why you're making money is not necessarily because people cannot trust you. That's not why it's not because they cannot trust you. It's because you are sounding timid. You are looking timid. You are looking like you don't believe in yourself, and they are noticing it in your voice, the way you are sounding. I'm not sure, but I can try. Why will you tell somebody who asks you something that you are not sure, but you can try? Why? You should not. See, you may not have done it before, but you can do it. You must have a can-do mindset. How do you want to make money from something you have never done before if you don't believe you can do it? How? So you must have a can-do mindset. 100% very important, okay? Having gotten that, the second mindset you must have, the second mindset you must have is there's a major difference between saying and showing. Don't say what you can show. Let me give you a practical example. So somebody told me, there was some time ago, somebody met me. I'd never done a web design. I'd bought a course on web design. I'd bought a course on web design. I've watched the full course, but I had never designed a website. Never designed a website. So somebody called me and said, I have this company and we want to build a funnel. We want to build a funnel to a WhatsApp group and we need a website. The person called me and told me, I was like, wow, do you want the website to be coded or do you want to use WordPress? The person said, I don't mind WordPress, anyone. I just want a website we can manage. I told the person, give me a few minutes. I went on Google and started looking for sample of websites that were very simple, websites that I can do. I sent the person 4 links of websites. Which of them would you want? These guys paid that week. They paid that week. I did not spend time telling them, I can do websites, I'll do a home page, then, outside the home page, I'm going to do this. Do you understand? I did not waste time. I just collected samples and showed them. Is this what you want? In this our industry of digital skills, people want to see, they don't want to hear. Everybody's tired of talk. Do you understand? Show them a work you have done, and if you have not done any work like that, go and look for somebody who has done that kind of work that you can replicate and show them. Not the one you cannot do, the one you can do. So let me give you an exact example of a client. I got a client, I think this client was in the US. So the person called me and said, I want to build a website. How do you think I'm going to go about it? What do you think? I spent 30 minutes. Oh my God. I spent 30 minutes talking to this client by 12 a.m. The person was calling from the US. I think in the US it was about 7:30. In Nigeria, it was like 12:30. So I was just, I was telling the person the ways I can do the website. The person was listening, paying attention. Do you know the woman did not pay? Because I was talking too much. I regretted it. I told myself, I would have just told that man, can I send you samples of websites so you tell me which one you would want and how you would want it? That's how to go. I want to do a graphics design. Let me send you samples of design so you tell me which one you want and how you want it. I want to do a copy. Let me send you samples of copy so you tell me what? You tell me what? You tell me which one you want and how you want it. Don't say what you can show. People want to see. When you want to advertise on your status, don't go and type, we are open for sales today. If you are interested in doing graphics, we are giving you no. Just show them 2, 3, 4 designs that somebody have done and say like, you would really like to have this kind of design for your business? Would you like to have this kind of design for your Facebook page? What if you have a logo as good as this? Don't say what you can show. We are creatives in this industry. We are digital skillers. We are digital stars, as Skill to Scale will call us. The only thing we can do is shine. Do you understand? Do you hear a star speak? A star doesn't speak. A star does what? Shines. That's the second mindset. The third mindset, which is the most important of them all, you must be shameless in your approach to making money with skills. I beg you, be shameless. See, listen very well. All the people that you are wishing you don't want them to know, or you're trying to make sure you are in good terms with them. You see, all the people you are trying to help and they are trying to help you, I don't even understand, but all the people you are trying not to be ashamed in their faces, they will not pay your bills. They will not help you in time of need. Even if they will help you, they will not help you as you want to be helped. You need to understand one thing, my friend. Your life is your own. Your financial responsibilities are yours, and you must be able to own it. Do you understand? You must be shameless. Oh my God. I cannot count how many times I entered people's DMs and I started asking them whether they were interested in something. Some of you are ashamed of people telling you no. Some of you are afraid of people telling you no. Some of you are afraid of delivering bad jobs. Do you know how many bad jobs I have? I mentioned when we started this training class that I've made millions of naira with digital skills, right? Do you want me to tell you how many bad jobs I've done? Please, I beg you, don't even go there. Do you want me to tell you how many clients were like, you tried though, but I don't like your job. I'm not going to tell you to refund, but don't worry, you can go. Do you know how many of them? Listen very carefully. For every success you see, there's an unprecedented amount of failure that backs it. I have done a job, another book client. That guy paid me for the book. I designed 10. I designed 10 designs for that book. The woman did not like any of them. They are the ones I've done 14 designs. So, oh my God. I have done 14 designs. The client had paid me. I did 14 designs. They did not take anyone. They left me and left their money. But I did not stop there. Today, I have clients that pay me in the hundreds of thousands and they are proud of the work I do. And the one, of course, my team at Central Hub does. They are proud of the work we do. Some of our clients used to tell us, especially the ones in the US, they'll tell us, we love your jobs. Like, we love your designs. We love what you do. I was shameless then. People were telling me, this your boy, your design no fine. I will still be designing. I will still be pitching to designs. One client will tell me, I don't like your job. Take it, don't worry, just go. I will go and tell another person I can do job for the person. I kept improving on my skills and I refused to be shameless about it. Some of them, I still have their contacts on my phone and they still see my status till today. They still see my status till today. So you must be very, very shameless and fearless. You must not be afraid of failing. You must not be ashamed of selling. That's the third mindset. You must not be afraid of failing. You must not be ashamed of selling. Now, let me give you a guarantee here. If you are afraid of selling and you are ashamed of selling and afraid of mistakes, if you don't focus on showing people and you decide to be talking and saying, come and buy from us, I'm your friend, why don't you patronize your friend? You're patronizing your enemies. If you do all these things that I'm saying now, and those of you that, of course, you don't believe in yourself, they'll ask you, can you do this thing? You say, I've never done it before, but let me try. If you do all these three things I said now, you will never make money with your skill. You will struggle, you will suffer. It's not a prophecy, it's a fact. It's a fact. Your mindset has to change for your results to change. Do you understand? If you're enjoying this, please like and comment. So back to the tactics. Now, let me tell you how. How can you be able to make money? Let me assume you have taken advantage of these three mindsets. How can you be able to make? What are the ways you make money? Now, let me do a simple mathematics for you here. Everybody pay attention and stay with me. For you to make money, for you to get the money equation with your skill, you must have one thing first, skill. One thing, a digital skill. Do you understand? Now, Let me break it down a little bit. You must not just have a digital skill, but you must be able to deliver results. Results. Your graphics design skill doesn't matter if you cannot design a flyer. Your graphics design skills doesn't matter if you cannot design a logo. Your graphics design skills doesn't matter if you cannot design a brochure. Your graphics design skills doesn't matter if you cannot design a magazine. You must ask yourself, with my skill, what results can I have? That's one of the things you must ask yourself. What kind of results will I have? So what you are selling to people is your results. You are not telling them I'm a graphics designer. You are telling them I can design a flyer for you. I can design a logo for you. As a video editor, you are not telling them I can edit your videos. Do you understand? You are telling them I can do Instagram reels for you. I can do TikTok videos for you. I can do YouTube shorts for you. You are selling a result. Do you understand? As a copywriter, you're not telling them I can write copies. I can write the copy for your perfume that you're selling. I can write a copy for your flower that you're selling. I can write a copy for your ebook that you're selling. I can write a copy for your magazine. I can write a copy for what you are selling. You are telling them about a result. Not I write copies. As a content writer, you are not telling them I can write things. No. I can write articles for your blogs. I can write a book for you. If you want a mini book, I can write a book for you. I can write educational posts that you can post on your social media. I can come up with captions for you. You are selling a result. Do you understand me? This is the pivot. This is the pivot. It's the ground through which you're going to be able to make as much money as possible. Now, let me go straight to the first thing. I'll give you a very short story. I had a friend, he does Forex and some other things, very amazing guy. So we had met online and we were talking, we were chatting. He had attended one of my webinars. I'd invited him as a guest. And I wanted to launch Septual Hub into newer clients. I already had old clients that were my friends, people I had met, some people who had met at events and all that. But this guy had a new business and I really wanted to work for him, like work with him on his company, okay? So I went to him and I told him, I want to do something for you. Your company has social media handles, right? He said, yes, the company has social. I said, why are you not posting on your social media handle? He said he doesn't really have the time. And then this social media thing, I can't remember exactly how he puts it, but he said something like maybe he doesn't have the time or he's not so used to social media stuff. And I told him, you know what? I have a team and we do social media. My company does social media. How much do you have? I want to manage your page every month. How much can you invest? And he told me 35,000. I can still remember 35,000 naira. And as of then, my company was doing one social media management for 50,000 naira. As of then, that like those years, we were supposed to manage 3 social media handles, if I'm not mistaken, for just 35,000. But remember this, I knew something that was very important. I wanted to make money, but I was interested in making money on a long term. So I told him, it's okay. I will take 35,000 naira from you every month and you give me your login details and I'll have my team work on your project. We had other clients that were paying us 100K. We had other clients that were paying us 150,000, but I collected 35,000. Follow me. Now, to those of you that are starting, you need to understand this. Your journey towards monetization will not be maximally profitable at the start, except you're somebody with very wealthy people around you. So let me tell you how I was able to get that deal. One, I had a skill and I had the result. What was the result? I can post social media content for you. That was what I was selling. I did not tell you it was going to get 100 likes. I did not tell you it was going to get 100 comments. I did not tell you you were going to get 1,000 followers. I just told you I was going to create content and post. You are selling results that are predictable and that you can achieve. Do you understand the point? So that was the thing. Two, he trusted me. He trusted me. I think that was after I attended his wedding. I think he had wedded at about that time. He trusted me. The best people to make money from are people that trust you already. Do you understand? So as a starter now, this is your first assignment. You need to start by writing a list of all the people that trust you and that need the result you have. Trust is the currency you use to make money. The fastest way to make money is to gain trust and build trust. Let me tell you why this is important. Today, this my friend that paid 35,000 for us to do his social media 2-3 years back had generated the revenue for my company. Like the money he had paid my company for jobs is literally close to 3 million naira. 3 million. That 35,000 naira thing passed. We helped him with running his ads. We have done some of his event management and events campaigns and so many other things. He started with 35,000 naira. You need to understand that your revenue grows with trust. There's a client that we worked with, and I'll tell you this. So what happened was I went for a live, and one of my mentors was doing an IG live, and I clicked on the IG live and I was watching, and I saw they were talking very interesting things. It was interesting, it was cool, I loved it. The amazing woman, like very amazing woman who was on the live, said she wanted to coach some people and advise them, more or less like a one-on-one consultation for free. Now, I wanted to relaunch this skill to scale now. I wanted to relaunch skill to scale as a company, but I wasn't sure how I wanted to do it. I needed advice. So I went to this woman and I told her, I want to have advice. I want to launch one of my companies. I'm not sure how the company works. I love teaching people and I love people learning skills, but I want to charge for it. Should I charge or should I not charge? That was when we started skill to scale some years ago. And she was like, what do you do? I told her I run a digital marketing agency. We do YouTube management, Instagram, Facebook management. She was like, wow, you do these things? That's interesting. I would love to have a meeting with you. I said, then me, I came to meet you to help me. Now you want to have a meeting with me. And then guess what? She now asked me, how much do you charge for 1 hour consultation? I said, I said, 1 hour consultation? I told them I'm not going to charge you. No, me charge you. I said, please, I will do the consultation for free. And so we got on a call and I walked her through YouTube algorithm, because we had started working on YouTube as of then. As a matter of fact, I and my team had taken 6 months to learn about YouTube. So we just started investing in YouTube. And some of you are going to be very familiar with this. And she said, can you manage my YouTube? We had never had a YouTube client before. Remember the first mindset I told you guys, the can-do mindset. We had never done a YouTube project before. That was the first time we were doing the YouTube project. She said, can you manage my YouTube? I said, yes. Yes, why not? Why not? Today, if that client hasn't generated revenue for the company, she has generated 4 to 5 million for the company. The reason why I'm sharing these things with you is so you understand something. Trust is a big deal in making money. All those people teaching you on Instagram 5 ways to make money, write this, go to DM 20 people, listen. Anyone who doesn't trust you will not give you their money. Forget it. Forget it. Your biggest problem is how to build trust. And I'm going to share with you 3 ways you can build trust the fastest. Do you understand? The fastest ways to build trust. 3 ways you can build trust the fastest. Be personal in the relationship. Be genuine in the relationship. Don't go and start doing professional relationship. By personal relationship, I mean know these people, know what they do, celebrate them, celebrate what they do. Do you understand? Be personal. A way to be personal. Let me say some of you that want to be personal with Ogochukwu now, who is the director of Skill to Scale. You need to know her beyond Skill to Scale. Hello, ma, please, where do you even stay in? I stay in Abuja. Oh, you're in Abuja. That's good. Like, how long have you even been working? Is it be personal in the relationship? Now, number one. Number two, show up as often as possible. Reply to their status. Post every single day, every single time. Showing up consistently is a way to build trust. When people see you too often, they can't believe you are a fraud. Do you understand? So show up more often. When you have people who can buy from you, who can pay you to do things, show up in their stuff. When they are doing child dedication, go there. They are doing birthday party, go there. When they are doing a webinar, go there. Wherever, whenever, show up in their stuff. The third way you can actually be able to build trust, more importantly, show your results. Show your results. Remember, I talked about it at the second mindset. Don't say what you can show. Show your results. Always show your results. So now, the first tactic, relationship with people you can trust. List them. 20 people that trust you. List them. They have to be 20. If you don't have 20 people that trust in your life, you have to be a Yahoo boy or a Yahoo girl. There's just no way. How won't you have 20 people that trust you? 20 people that trust you that need most of the services you're offering. No, you should have. You should have 20 people that trust you. Okay? So you must be able to intentionally write their names. Now, after you have written the names of those people, you must create an offer that genuinely helps them. Forget about money. Listen, guys, listen. Follow this thing I'm telling you. Forget about how much. Just focus. I will build a web. Those of you that are doing web design, I will build a website for you. A very good website, one-page website. Do you understand? A very simple offer. Don't put a price behind the offer. Don't put a price behind the offer. You are starting up. Do you understand me? So you go to these people and then you tell them, I want to do so thing for you. How much would you be willing to give me for me to do this thing for you? That's how you start. Out of 20 people, I can guarantee you're going to have 5 who will tell you, okay, I think I'm willing to work with you. You get, what would you have to offer, or what do you want to do? You understand? Or something like that. You get. So I'm very, 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 very certain you're going to find the number of people who would be willing to. 20 people that trust you. That's the first tactics. Do you understand? Now, the second tactic. Now, most of these things I'm telling you will be difficult. And there's one reason why they'll be difficult. They'll be difficult because some of us have never done it before. What I'm telling you to do is something you have never done before, and it's going to seem difficult. But you need to understand that the reason why it's difficult is because you have never done it before. And it shouldn't make you to give up, or it shouldn't make you to not do it or to forget about it. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Okay? It should not make you to give up or to not do it or to forget about it. Okay? So now the second tactic, to make sure every day or every week you are meeting new people, strangers. I call them strangers. You must be familiar with strangers. What did I say? You must be familiar with strangers. Remember, you already have people who trust you. These people who trust you have high degrees of limitation because they will finish. Sometimes after you have had 10 of them pay you for services, you will no longer have new clients again. So you must have a new flow of people who trust you every week. So you must have this consistent flow of people who trust you. Learn how to meet new people. You cannot be broke and shy at the same time. Now, I've talked about the first tactics is look for people you trust. Second is be familiar with strangers. Make sure everybody knows what you are doing. I should know what you do. They don't need to know who your father is. They don't need to know your mother is. They don't need to know whether you're in a relationship. Everybody should at least know what you do. Everybody should at least know what you do. Put it in your social media profile. Put it in your WhatsApp and bio. Put it on your phone screen. Write it on your head. Copywriter. Write it on your nose if you can. One thing people should never double guess is what you do. One thing people should never guess is what you do. It should be obvious. As they are seeing you, they should be seeing what you do. You must put it everywhere. Graphics designer, photo editor, video editor, and everywhere. Make sure it is very obvious that what you do is clear to everybody that meets you, okay? The very last tactic, how you can monetize your skill without freelancing. You must learn, listen very well, you must learn to put money behind what you do. Advertise. I know some of you don't have money, but do you have relationships that you can monetize? Listen very well. If your close friend does not need a website, that your close friend knows somebody that needs a website, or that your close friend knows somebody that knows somebody that needs a website. Do you understand? Now, if all the people around you don't know anybody that needs a website, that person that advertises for other people knows somebody that needs a website. Do you get the point? You must understand that your money is in the hands of people. The entire essence of this entire training is to bring you to that point in understanding that the money you are looking for is in the hands of human beings like you, and you need to actually be able to find them, okay? Now, the first tactic is find people who trust you and make an offer to them. The second tactic is for you to meet strangers and make it very obvious to them who you are and what you do. Make it easy to guess. Don't allow people to use the spirit of discernment for you to be able to know. Now, the third one is to find people within your network that have the need for what you're offering. The general play here, the game plan here is that the money you're looking for as a digital skill star is in the hands of somebody you either know, you do not know, or you have not met. Do you understand? And your biggest and your best strategy is how you can actually be able to talk to the people that you know the people you do not know, and meet the people you have not met. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? The entire goal is for you to come out there and engage with people and make sure you're able to identify people's problem and provide solution to them. So Jen is saying she's planning to create a digital marketing agency for small businesses in Nigeria. Should I stick to them or diversify my audience? Digital marketing agency for small businesses. Okay, Jane, small businesses is the way to start. If you want to start an agency, small business is the way to start, but it's not a way to grow. It's a way to start. When we started at Central Hub, we started with clients who were paying 35,000, 50,000, 100,000, and then we currently had to scale it to 250, 500 and up. But it's a good way to start. I don't think you should diversify. Start with small businesses in Nigeria, but make sure you pick a healthy revenue that would be enough for you to be able to manage the agency. A digital agency is hard to manage, is expensive to manage, okay? Especially if you have to pay people. It's very expensive to manage, it's hard to manage. So Jane, don't diversify, you're in the right market, but put a healthy margin. A healthy margin in the sense that make sure that you have a minimum amount of money that you will charge, and make sure you don't take any job below that amount of money. That's how to start. Okay, so Jane, the small business market is big. It's something you can start from, but over time you will need to go to medium scale businesses and personal brands and other bigger niches. But it's a good way to start. You do not necessarily need to diversify. If I understand your question very well, this would be more or less like the perfect answer to it. Okay, I do hope somebody learns something. Nobody, don't assume people are going to tell you no, and even if they tell you no, it's okay. It's always good to start. I've had countless of people tell me no. There's always a place for a no and for another no. As a matter of fact, for every 10 no's you get, you'll definitely be able to get a yes. So you have nothing to be afraid. Very, very, very important. So far, this is just what we'll be able to do. If you've not liked the video, like it. Thank you so much for having me today. Thank you so much, and see you again next time.